guys, kia ora, kia ora, kia ora, whakalofa lahi atu, e nau mai hoki mai. Welcome back to this week's podcast episode. Whew. I just ran up and down the stairs. Sorry, I recorded too fast. I am so grateful that you are here. Thank you for being here. This week we're talking about stop breaking those promises that you have to yourself. Stop breaking those promises because we're breaking the trust within ourselves. And when we break the trust, it's no good. I'll elaborate more. So I want you to think about any promise that you've said to yourself, whether it's promises like, oh, I'm going to wake up extra early tomorrow before work and I'm going to go to the gym, or I'm going to go for a run, or I'm going to wake up early before work and I'm going to start on my business, or I'm going to achieve this goal by this date and you don't do it, or I'm going to start eating really healthy, nutritious meals and you don't do it. What are these promises that you are breaking to yourself? And I want you to think about if you had a promise to your friend, your best friend, your partner, maybe your kid, a family member, if you had a promise with them, maybe it's a kid, you say to your kid, I'm going to come to your kapahaka performance or your cultural performance, and, you know, they've got a performance one day and you're like, yeah, I'm going to come to it at this time and this and that. And they're like, yay, they're so excited. You're so excited, and you go off and then you decide not to go. And you don't go and you don't show up for them. Like, what a fucking disaster for them. How do you think they would feel? Maybe you've had that in the past. I have, where your parents haven't shown up for you in some way and it makes you feel shit and you feel down, and then your trust with it over time. You know, the next time your parents might be like, oh, I'm coming, and then they don't show up again. And then your trust with them slowly dies out, and it gets to a point where they're like, I'm coming. And you just know in your mind that they're not coming. They're not going to come. They're not going to see my performance. They're not going to, you know, so the trust is broken. And it's just like, whatever. Okay, mom and dad, you said you're going to come. Yeah, they don't come, right? Same thing with you. If you don't show up for yourself, the same thing's going to happen. You know, it's going to be a time. And firstly, a lot of the times we wouldn't even do that. We don't do that to outside people, right? You know, of course we're going to show up for our kids, or, you know, if our best friend needed something, we're going to do it for them. We're going to go out of our way. You know, if your friend asks you to pick them up from the airport at 5 a.m., you're going to wake up and you're going to go pick them up. You're not going to leave them in the dark. It's like you do it for everybody else. So why don't you do it for yourself? And this is the most important person to do it for you. So why aren't you doing it? Why are you breaking the promises that you have to yourself? And then second of all, that's what happens. We stop trusting ourselves. We stop believing in ourselves. That fucks with our self-esteem, the way we see ourselves, the way we think about ourselves, whether we think we're worthy. We tell ourselves that we can't rely on ourselves when we don't show up for ourselves. We break the integrity with ourselves and who we are. It shows that we don't respect ourselves. We don't respect ourselves. We don't prioritize ourselves. And then we go out into the world that way, where we're not showing that we respect ourselves or we prioritize ourselves. It's like we don't think we're worthy. And then that attracts, you know, the world that we live in, the things around us. We start attracting those things. When it comes to these promises you make for yourself, think about why you make them in the first place. If it's waking up early to go for a run, if it's, you know, going to the gym early, working on your business before, eating nutritious meals, all these things, why are you setting yourself out those goals in the first place? Why, you know, it's that growth, right? You want to become a better person because you know that those things are good for you. So it's, you know, loving yourself so much, having that discipline and that resilience in yourself to go and do the thing. You've set it out for a reason, right? So follow up on it, go on it. And you know, at the end of the day, like, when have you ever regretted going to the gym? When have you ever regretted working on your business? When have you ever regretted? You're not going to regret it. Once you do it, it's like, fuck, like, you just have this amazing sense of self, a sense of accomplishment. You're just so happy with yourself and smitten. So it's like, keep doing that, keep showing up for yourself, and you get closer to your goals and dreams. You build that commitment with yourself. You're reliable in yourself. It helps with your mental health, right? You'll find that there's no guilt. How many times you haven't woken up for the gym, or you haven't done anything on your business, you just feel guilt all day, like, oh, I should have did this and I didn't do this, and you waste your time and you talk shit about yourself and you have that self-doubt and you say mean things and all the things and you're rude to yourself and all that. And it's like, just keep your promises and you wouldn't have to do all that stuff. Think about why you're setting it out, why you have these goals and dreams. And it actually gives you more power, right? You get more empowered. Every time you do something that you say you're going to do, it's like that confidence boost. Like, yeah, I did it. Yeah, I'm amazing. Yeah, I kept my promise to myself. Yeah, I'm taking control of my life. I'm making decisions to become a better me. Right? All these things, there's only positive things on this side, right? And when you break that fucking promise to yourself, you break the trust within yourself. So it really fucks with your confidence. It fucks with the belief that you have in yourself, because you can't even trust yourself. And one thing that always helps me is, going back to, you wouldn't break a promise with a friend. And when you do break promises with a friend, see how that relationship slowly dwindles out. It slowly gets worse. One promise, probably okay. Two promises, it gets a little bit. 3, 4, 5, you stop hearing from the friend. You stop talking to the friend. The friend doesn't want to talk to you anymore because they can't trust you. That's what you're doing within yourself. You're not being able to trust yourself. You don't want to talk to yourself. You don't talk nice things about yourself. You're mean to yourself. You don't have that fucking relationship with yourself. We need to build fucking incredible relationships with ourselves and have our backs and back ourselves and be reliable within and trust ourselves and be there for ourselves. It's like, cool, yeah, you're there for your friends and your family and you're fucking out there doing all things, and then what about you? Put yourself first, and stop breaking those promises to yourself. Stop doing it, sister. Start showing up for yourself and do what you say that you're going to do. If you said something, if you promised something to yourself, do the damn thing. Go out and do it. I love you. Ka kite, koe kia.